Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to a bit of button pressing with myself and Phil. Don't you just want to press buttons, Phil? Do you like pressing buttons? Are you like Stanley in the Stanley Parable? Do you like pressing buttons, Phil? Pressing a few buttons, pressing a few buttons, you know? Pressing a few buttons, you love to press a few buttons, don't you? Like pressing buttons, eh?
Will you let me fucking twat? Anyway,
wow. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. So Phil just had a momentary rage moment there. That didn't take long. That escalated nice and quickly. Just what we want to see. Hopefully he didn't blast your eardrums out. Sorry, go on.
I'm just worried then that you couldn't hear me, because every time I was trying to speak, you were...
I know. I was kept going. I know. Go on. Go ahead.
No, it's just saying this is one that it's picked quite a bit. The other browser games haven't picked as much recently.
I know it hasn't.
It's going. Okay, so what we got here then?
We got laser vision, Phil, or we gain laser vision, but it has a tendency to uncontrollably fire when we get excited. So, yeah,
well,
you
that
get the
never
power.
happens to me because I'm never excited.
No,
so
perpetually bored, are you, Phil?
Perpetually bored.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It reminds me a bit of a Yogscast video I watched a while back. It was like a Gmod build one, where they like gave themselves a little challenge to sort of build a superhero, like a new and original superhero. And I think it was like the Rithian and Ben team. They had a concept of like a superhero who has all of the superpowers, but each one comes with a caveat.
Of course,
yeah, a drawback. Yeah.
This scenario would be, I mean, laser vision. Well, it's I don't really see what you need it for in everyday life. Maybe to cut open something or something. But there's a lot of times when you can get excited and that would be awful when you're, especially what if you decide to pleasure yourself.
I was wondering if the conversation was going in that direction then.
Well, in other means, if you like get excited for various other things, like on your birthday or something, it wouldn't be really bad, wouldn't it?
It would be, yes. Oh, I wonder what's in my present. Whoop, bang! Just blew my present up before I even opened it. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
I'll tell you what though, if you wanted to cook a meal. Oh, fuck's sake, I have to put this pizza in the oven. It's going to take me... Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. All cooked.
But what if it's actually not that kind of laser, though? Because we're assuming it's like a really powerful laser. What if it's actually just a shitty little laser, like on a laser pointer or something?
Oh, on the laser pointer.
And all it really does is it just, like, annoys people and blinds them.
Yeah, it causes cats to go haywire.
Yeah,
here's an interesting fact. When eBay first ever started, when it was first ever, the first thing sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, that was the first thing ever sold on eBay when it first started up. I can't remember when it did, but it was very, very early on.
God, yeah. How long has eBay been around? It's been around for
a long
ages.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you can buy and sell and things like that. Compared to Amazon, where you have to make like a sort of business account. I think.
Yeah.
eBay can just be a normal run-of-the-mill person and just buy and sell,
trade whatever you want and all that. God, yeah, I've been on eBay in ages.
Yeah, I know. I haven't either because I haven't really needed to get anything.
No. I usually find myself buying stuff from Amazon most of the time. eBay's one of those things which I only really ever use it if something that I want is something that's only really available second hand, and so I kind of have to. Get it off there.
It is a lot of second hand type stuff, isn't it? Yes, I appreciate you on that front. But in this scenario, I don't want anything to have a tendency to uncontrollably fire.
No.
It's got serious stuff. What happens if it is the powerful laser version, and then if you do something, you accidentally burn someone's hand off? Or,
At very minimum, it's annoying. At worst, it's potentially life-threatening.
Yeah.
So I'd say
that's not.
Yeah.
No.
Go away.
Close that.
Freaking annoying ads. We're in the majority there, Phil. That's,
okay.
Good for us. Oh god, I hate these obnoxiously huge ads that show up at the bottom of the screen as well.
Lovely ads, don't we just love it?
Indeed.
So we're going to become the most popular YouTuber ever. Oh, that'll be useful for you. But your favourite YouTuber will stop making videos.
Well.
So who is currently your favourite YouTuber
who is
at the moment?
my favourite YouTuber?
Or one of them, if you don't be.
It's got to be Yogscast stuff, because they're the ones I watch most frequently. Yeah.
So you become extremely popular, become the best ever, but you no longer can watch the Yogscast anymore.
Thing is,
How would you feel about that?
I would probably say will not on this one, because two things. Number one, obviously, I wouldn't want the Yogscast to stop making videos because I find their content very entertaining. And B, you don't necessarily need to become the most popular YouTuber ever. You just need to become, you know, good enough to be able to do it for a living and all that. So, yeah, I'm not sure necessarily I'd want to be the most popular.
Who does that accolade even go to at the moment? I have a feeling it was based on like view account and everything. I believe it's someone like PewDiePie.
PewDiePie is the one who, for a long time was,
I think he's got
the
most views.
I'm assuming he still is. I'm not sure. I haven't really heard about PewDiePie for a long, long time.
Neither have I. But I think he's still going.
Probably is. Yeah. Ever since, I mean, the last I heard of him obviously was the whole controversy around just inappropriate, like just jokes and things like that. And I just thought, God dang it, dude. But yeah,
especially being there was the allegation he was anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that as well. That was one of the things actually. But yeah, like, truth be told, other than that controversy, I don't follow PewDiePie. I've never really followed him before. I don't know a lot
I think
about
he became famous on like the horror games.
Yeah, he did.
Like that, like Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That was one of the ones.
Yeah.
But he might be. But yeah, I can see what you're making with the again. The same with me, even though I don't really do YouTube. Yeah, I wouldn't want my favourite YouTubers to stop making videos.
Yeah.
Because for me, that would be things like What Culture Gaming, watching some Pokemon free-for-alls, you know, the various different channels I have where they react to various Reddit threads.
Yeah.
And I always find it fun to watch those.
Yeah. You don't want to make. You don't want them to stop doing it, do you? No, will not. There we go. We are in the minority though.
Oh, so many people want to do that.
Want to be the most popular? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, on to the third one. You can live in the anime world, but you will never remember the real world. Well, can't miss what you can't remember or what you don't know, eh?
Yeah, I suppose that. Oh, this is the ultimate scenario for you, isn't it?
Well,
living in the anime world.
Depends what kind of anime world we're talking here. Are we talking?
If I can get my waifus.
My waifus. Yes, I'm saying if it's like a rom-com slice of life thing, then fine, go ahead. But I'm worried that it'll turn out to be like...
your point, you'll never remember the real world. You can't miss what you don't have. Well, you're going to forget your family, mate.
True, yes.
You're going to forget your family.
It's a sacrifice we're all willing to make, as old Farquaad would say. Oh, dear me.
I mean, in the anime world, you can get... There's some of those series where they just... I can't remember the one I watched ages ago. It was a planet. It was just a planet that was full of women. And the men population, it was like... really low, and any time they saw a man they'd just go wild.
Yeah, it's like one of these classic sort of silly anime fantasies. The problem with the anime world is, like I say, you don't know what kind of anime it's going to be, or if it's going to be like one of these like really violent action ones, and you're going to get sort of screwed over in it.
As well, isn't it?
So I would say, I'd probably say will not, if I was to be sort of serious, about it.
Keep with the real world as well.
Yeah, you do. Indeed. We are in minority once again. God damn this fucking stupid fucking advert bar. It keeps coming up every...
Leave it and then just scroll down, and then it'll come up with the next button, because you're going to keep moving on, aren't you? So
it's just obnoxiously big. That's all.
It is, isn't it? I don't know why they've made it big.
It's like cutting off the button at the top. It's just annoying me so much.
Okay.
Sorry, go on. Go ahead.
So we're going to be travelling at the speed of light, which is ridiculously fast. But you'll become very hyperactive, and you'll find it very difficult to sleep.
Oof.
So basically, you're like it's like you're being consistently caffeinated.
Yeah. I kind of like my sleep. I don't want to.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you can travel at the speed of light, which will be you basically bang, you'll be over there. Wow. But yeah, that's be consistently. So it's essentially so essentially you can travel at the speed of light, but you'll be always caffeinated.
Yeah. Indeed.
And no, I was going to say highly sugar, but that's a myth, that sugar makes you hyperactive. It doesn't. It's just the notion of having it. That's why they said.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, like, coffee doesn't seem to affect me that way. I have a cup of coffee, right, at about 8:15 at night.
Yeah.
And I can go to sleep easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't really keep me up at all. I know caffeine usually does that.
Yeah.
It's designed to keep you awake, but it doesn't affect me in that way at all.
Indeed. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's really a bit strange, that.
Yes. I know. I guess it just different people, different sort of tolerance for it, I guess.
Yeah, I think I must have a bigger tolerance for it, because I do have the stronger type coffee, because I've obviously got a coffee machine, and that uses the capsules, and the capsules I believe are stronger. And sometimes I go to Costa, and obviously they use strong coffee, unlike the instant coffee, with the granules. That's not that strong.
Yeah.
So I can actually manage it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say will not on this one.
Yeah.
I don't want to sacrifice my sleep. Thank you very much. Gosh, all we've ever done is say will not so far.
I know
so...
it's been a will. It's been quite a will not this time, hasn't it? Okay.
Yes, you can transform any game into reality, Phil, but you will never be the hero of the story.
Okay.
Well, you don't necessarily need to be the hero of the story.
You could be the sidekick.
Yeah, indeed.
What about the sidekick to the hero? There you go. Didn't know anything about that.
You can still have you can still have a role that's a key part of the story and all that. So yeah, you don't necessarily need to be the protag and all that. So
yeah, you can
so
and the ability to be to get any game you want into reality.
So what game would you transform into reality, Phil?
Let's Honey Pop.
Honey Pop. Bear in mind, you wouldn't actually be going on proper dates with those girls. You'd just be sort of match 3-ing constantly.
But also, you wouldn't be doing that because that's the hero of the story.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. Isn't it? Oh, God, so who would you be?
Maybe you could be like his brother and be like, "Oh, can I get involved with these girls as well?"
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, no, you go after that one, and I'll go after this.
Yeah. I'm the wingman, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you? What game?
What game would I do in reality? Doom. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, I feel like obviously we've had this sort of topic before. Yeah, at various times, variants of it. That is, like, for example, if you go into and live in any game world, where would you go and things like that. And I always say, obviously you don't want to go somewhere violent or anything like that. You want to go somewhere that's probably quite sort of nice.
I think we've answered this question a few times with So You're Being Hunted podcast as well.
Yes, we have.
Where things, especially that one where I got some video game questions.
Yeah.
I think that was one of them, and I think there was one that came up in one of the Q&As. I can't remember if it was the 300, 400.
It was one of them, yeah. It has come up in
500 special.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where we had to answer it, yeah.
Yeah. I think I probably just said something like, like Rayman 3 or something, which is fairly sort of innocent and nice and colourful and lovely. But yeah, I mean, indeed. It's always a tricky one, because there's always a downside. There's upsides and downsides to making every single video game world out there reality.
I think in this case, this might be our first press the button.
Yeah, let's press that button then. Boom. There we go. And we're in the majority.
Oh, yeah.
Once there we are.
I thought we would have been, yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Right, on to the next one then.
What's the hottest person at school? Oh, they want to be your friend. Okay, but they will not talk to you in person or at school.
Oh, okay. Right, so what's the point of them being my friend then?
Yeah, well, they only talk to you like via text message or via phone call.
Strange.
That's the only way.
Yeah, indeed, okay. But they only want to be your friend, Phil. They don't want anything more, I'm assuming. They just want to be your friend. Yeah,
just your friend, but they're not going to talk to. Well, you can only talk to them via text message or phone or something like that.
Indeed. So, joke's on you, Conundrum Maker. I'm not even at school. I'm failed.
Yeah, we're not even at school anymore. That's
long in the past.
School days are over.
Yes.
But I don't see why this seems pretty pointless, though, to be honest.
It does.
And so I think,
will not.
Will not.
Yeah, we're in the majority on that one. No beans for us then, fortunately.
Good.
There we go. Next up is you're super good looking and the person you love loves you too and asks you to get married, but you're blind and deaf and you don't know when and where it happens. Oh dear. Okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would necessarily want to go down the blind and deaf route, because that's like the horrible sort of double whammy, that one.
Yeah, that is the double whammy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad enough to have one of them, to have one of those disabilities, but to have them both.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I would. I'm not sure I'd go with this at all, Phil.
No, I think it's quite an easy one here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh yeah, we're in the stonking majority. Wow. That's a hell of a majority. Go away fast. There we go. Right.
Right, so we're given the car of our dreams for free, along with unlimited fuel, and repairs and modifications are all paid for as long as you own the car. But you must work for Tesla Motors well into retirement age.
Okay, right. So what's the
job? Well, okay, yeah. There's lots of bad things about Elon Musk happening and everything, but I wouldn't mind that to work for them in retirement age to get the car of my dreams, because for me it'd be something like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something. Having that, and you can have unlimited fuel and have everything. So as soon as something breaks down, bang, sorted.
Indeed. So I suppose if it's a good job with Tesla Motors, something nice and keeps you sprightly and on your feet and keep your mind active and all that, it probably isn't too bad.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got that
Indeed.
as well,
Yeah.
and it could keep you going into retirement. So you'll have a nice paycheck when you get your pension and all that. And not only have you finished retiring, you got your pension, you still got the car of your dreams, and it's still going to be getting the unlimited fuel and repairs and modifications.
Yeah.
So you could. Well, I suppose in a way, there's also a bad side to it. Is that you might just be hog wild with it because you know that anything and you could that would be awful for someone else. You crash into them, they'll have to pay their insurance. But no, not me.
Yeah.
My repairs and modifications are all free.
No consequences for me.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, shall we press then?
Yeah, I think we
boom. Yeah. Second one we've pressed. We're just about in the majority there. Lovely. Go away, advert. There we are. Alright. Is it me or you reading?
You now.
Me, isn't it? Yeah. You have to use a Nokia phone your whole life, but you get credit for the creation of the first iPod.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I don't see any problem. Yeah, I like my preferred phone of choice is Samsung, but I don't mind a Nokia phone. To get credit for the creation of the first iPod, that would be amazing. Should be like the Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I assume if you get credit for the creation of the first iPod, you also get the royalties from all the sales and all that.
Yeah, there you go. You see.
Yeah.
See?
I'm going to slam that button so hard.
This person is not fond of Nokia phones then.
Yes, indeed. Alright, slam that button then. Boom. Wow, minority this time round. I guess
That
people don't
seems
like
a bit-
Nokias.
Yeah, not a big fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so we can go to the future with a date of your choice at any time and become rich, but you become old and very ill.
Well, there's not much point then, is there? If you're going to be
Yeah,
very
because
old.
if you're not going to be able to do anything and you're going to be, suffering
Yeah.
quite a bit, which is not going to be good either.
Indeed.
So, yeah, that would be awful, even
Yeah.
if you get to go with a date of your choice.
Indeed. I was about to sort of ask a question then of, if you go to a point in the future, how far would you go? All that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's yeah.
Yeah, would you go sort of near future, or would you want to go like into the far future, to a time long after you're presumably dead, and see what the world looks like? Who knows?
You'll be able to see much of it though if you're ill.
Yeah, exactly.
Be concentrating on being ill all the time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yes, it will not on that one. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
The majority one there. There we are. Fantastic. You survived an airplane crash by jumping out of the plane early with a parachute, but you will land somewhere in the middle of an ocean. Well, it's kind of pointless then, because unless you've got some sort of survival kit that enables you to keep going in the middle of an ocean, you land in the middle of an ocean, you're basically fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You haven't got much of a survival chance if you're out in the middle of the ocean, far away from any land,
Yeah.
because there's not going to be that many people finding you. The chances of like a boat passing by you
Yeah.
or a ship and finding you, yeah, that's going to be serious. And how long is it going to be before everyone realizes you're missing and they send rescue crews out?
Indeed. I mean, things like both of these options here are, well, they're both bad, because I'm assuming the implication of like the top one with the airplane crash is that if you did not bail out, you would die anyway. So I feel like either option here, you die.
Or it might be just the fact of jumping earlier with a parachute in the ocean. Maybe if you jumped a bit later, you get a bit towards land or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming with the thing that it's sort of like the certainty of dying in the plane crash versus the very, 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 very slim and remote chance that maybe if you land in the ocean, someone might find you. But chances of if you just come down in a plane crash in the middle of an ocean. I'm sorry, if you not in the plane crash, but if you've parachuted out earlier and you just land in the middle of an ocean on your own, probability is you're going to die, because the ocean's huge. you know? So I would say
that's a bit of an understatement, isn't it?
It is just a
The
little
ocean's
bit.
huge.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
It's huge times 700. There we are.
That's it.
Yeah, will not. Yeah, we're in the majority there, indeed. And next up is
We can shapeshift into anything or anyone. I can't read the next bit.
and back. It says.
And back.
Yeah, shapeshift into anything,
Shape anything
anywhere,
and
anytime.
anything, and any
Yeah.
clothes you wear will disintegrate, leaving you naked into whatever you transform into.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, interesting. Shape-shifting nudism, I see.
So you could be going to like the someone of your dreams, couldn't you?
I was about to say.
And then your clothes disintegrate, and you'd be like,
Yes.
"Oh, this looks a bit of niceness."
Oh dearie me, yes. Well, jokes on the maker of this conundrum, I'm going to shapeshift into something that doesn't need clothes anyway.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Just shapeshift into a lamppost.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can just stand on a street corner observing life as it goes by.
But what would the lamppost clothes would be the metal covering, so all the metal coverings would just come off.
So it'd just be
and
wires.
There'd just be exposed wiring.
Yeah, wires and a bulb.
And then someone comes along and says, "Ooh," an electrician comes along and says, "Ooh, this is not very good," and fixes you up.
Oh dear. Yes.
And then, well, that would be awful because as soon as they start, you can just scare the shit out of them. Bing,
Yeah.
hello.
That's how Phil scares people. He pops out from behind trees and he goes, "Hello." There we are, indeed. I mean, I don't really see what the benefit of being able to shapeshift is anyway, so I'd say will not, personally.
Okay.
Will not. Yes. But wow, very, very small minority there.
Try other means, yeah.
Indeed. I think a lot of people here are being a bit thirsty. They're thinking probably what you were saying earlier of, oh, I could transform into the person of my dreams. I'll see what they look like when they're naked.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a lot of that, isn't there, nowadays?
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Oh, fuck off. There we go. Freaking obnoxious adverts. You can create the perfect spouse. You're both immortal and live a perfect life, but you can never see two friends of your choice again. Okay.
Right, okay.
Right, I see, Phil. So, well,
You can never see. So, whilst it's nice to have the perfect, and sometimes it's not always the best. And being immortal, watching everyone die around you,
yeah,
while you two are carrying on,
Indeed.
yeah, it may not be the best. And also, you take away two friends out of your life,
yeah,
as well. That wouldn't be the best either.
yeah. For consistency's sake, we've often talked about the idea of immortality a lot before in these kind of videos, and just how personally, we wouldn't want it because it's not something that it would be very nice having to live forever and see everyone else die around you.
It would be awful, wouldn't it? Yeah,
It would.
even if you are living a perfect life, no one else is, and you lose two of your friends. So yeah, nah.
Nah, that's right. Oh wow, we're in the minority once again. Good lord, it's like perfectly the same.
What's
numbers
going on
actually
here?
as last time. Yeah, it's the
Okay.
exact same. Interesting.
So, okay, the fictional world of our choosing. We will live there, but you'll be the same person, and you'll be branded as an outsider and avoided by most.
Oh dear. So you'd be shunned by the very society that you've tried to join.
Yeah, so you'd be. But isn't there the case with some scenarios where there are outsiders, but they come to be respected eventually, and liked? If you know what I mean?
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, it depends. Like if you're going to be branded as an outsider forever, and it's kind of permanent, or whether actually it's just like an initial thing, and then, but eventually you can sort of work around it. It depends on which
Yeah,
of
and
those is
if
the
you're
case.
avoided by it, you can just do things by yourself and be treated like. But what you could do is like in the world you are now. If you're avoided by most, it'd be like go for a normal day, but you're in a world where you want to be in.
Yeah, indeed. So it says Brandon's an outsider, avoided by most, which implies there'll still be some people who accept you at least. And it depends on the scale of the shunning here. If it's like massive, complete and utter ostracisation, then yeah, that's pretty bad. But if it's just maybe people don't necessarily act coldly towards you, it might just be that they sort of see you kind of as the foreigner, but they still sort of engage with you. Maybe that's not too bad.
Like that.
Yeah. It depends though, because there's a lot to chance here.
Here it is. And which fictional world would you go to?
Which one would we go to? See, there's obviously fictional worlds I would want to visit, but it's just that whole thing about the potential for being completely ostracised from them that would prevent you from being able to really explore and enjoy them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see where you go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm leaning towards will not, Phil. I'm leaning towards will not.
Fictional world. Okay.
Yeah, will not. Okay, will not then. It's a fairly large minority.
Right, okay.
But, yeah, it's a tough one, that one.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
Oh,
what's
no.
the point of pressing the button then? Just say
no,
will
that's
not.
That's a country. Yes, don't. The button doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
The button doesn't work.
And apparently 81% of people still press the button even though it doesn't work.
They want to just take that. They want to
Yeah.
test the theory to make sure it works. You see, you don't tell people what not to do because
Yeah.
they will do it.
What's the one from ASDF movie, the pointless button? Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah.
He just presses it.
Oh
That's
god,
it.
the ASDF movies. Oh, I remember that. I remember
Tom
that the
Scar.
last time I watched them, they looked like ASDF movie 6.
I know, there's loads of them.
Yeah,
There's probably been loads more of them since number 6.
they're so funny. They're just stupid little things, but they're just so funny.
Yeah. It's that kind of very madcap, random sort of.
I made a
humour.
pie. What flavour is it? Pie flavour.
Yeah, indeed. I'm going to do an internet. Boom. There we are. Yes.
Well, I'm going to do a book. Oh.
Yes, there we go. Well, yeah, on to the next one then.
Okay.
Okay, you get access to the legendary Goat Tower, but they will eat your unlimited breadsticks.
Is this a reference to Goat Simulator?
It
Because
could
I know
be.
in there's a legendary goat tower, which is it's like a demon tower, isn't
Oh,
it?
okay.
That I think that turns your goat into a demon, or you have to fill a thing. But
Oh.
I'm not sure about the unlimited breadsticks.
Yeah, I don't know much
Isn't
about
that a thing
Goat
with
Sim.
Olive Garden? I think there's a thing with the Olive Garden, which is an Italian restaurant over in the US, where they had like promotions for unlimited breadsticks.
Did they?
And their
Oh.
breadsticks are, the thing about their breadsticks is they're not the little dinky things that you might find. The little
Alright.
hard crispy ones. No,
Yeah.
they're soft, but they're big chonkers of breadsticks.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can fill up on that, and then when your main course arrives, realise you've stuffed yourself to capacity already.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably references in this that I'm not getting, because I've never played Goat Sim or those sorts of games, so I don't know. Fuck you! I don't want you eating my
Yeah,
unlimited
I'm not
breadsticks.
100%.
Yeah, I just clicked.
I'm not
will
100% sure on this, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're in the very slim majority on that one. I guess that is the reference, though, like you
Right.
said. Over to you, Phil. Or is it
So
me?
we can travel through all of time and space, everywhere and anywhere. Very nice. But we are the very last of our species. So we're the very last human beings,
Yeah,
basically.
I was about to say, someone sounds like they've been watching Doctor Who or something. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be the last of my species. I don't want to be the last of the humans.
The last humans, yeah.
No.
No, they would be because if you do come to an area where you come across an intergalactic species, you're not going to do very well with them, are you?
No.
Really? And you can't,
Indeed.
breed because it could cause, like you said, with species, it could cause lots of weird stuff to happen. So I think this is a will not
it's
here.
a will not on that one. Apparently we're the minority. A lot of people want to be Doctor Who, apparently. So
Yeah, well, it's still a big
them.
thing. It's a big phrase, isn't it?
Indeed.
Right.
You live forever. Try again. You live forever, can't become famous, can't become rich, and can only live average, boring lives. But average lifespan, billionaire, famous for something great. Hang on. What? What does this mean? Because it said you can't become famous, you can't become rich, and then it says billionaire.
And then famous for something great.
This is completely contradictory. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. to
That's a
this one.
will not on that one. Yeah, someone needs to rethink that one, clearly. Over to you.
So we gain the ability to fly and have superhuman strength, but 85% of the world loves Lil Wayne and his music.
I don't
I
really
will
know.
click. I think he's a rapper, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But I am guessing this person's not a big fan of Lil Wayne. But hey,
Sounds like
if that's what the world wants to do, leave them to it. I'll be
Yeah.
fine with flying and superhuman strength. Get it clicked.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say you have to love Lil Wayne and his music.
Yeah.
You can still love whatever music you want. So click that
You could be in
button.
the 15%.
Yeah, we're in the
There we
minority.
go.
There we go.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, that one.
Yeah, fairly simple and straightforward. You get sick dance moves, Phil, but your mum will always cook spaghetti.
Oh, Eminem reference. That
Well,
one
you
is
know.
the famous mum spaghetti line
Yeah.
from Eminem.
Mum spaghetti.
Hey, my mum cooks cracking spaghetti.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'll have my mum cooking my cracking spaghetti for some sick dance moves.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your
Plus
mum
get
cooks
famous
good
on the
spaghetti.
interwebs as well.
Yeah. I know, yeah, I was about to say something. I once saw a really odd video on YouTube of a mother and a son.
Should we just stop there? I once saw an odd video on YouTube. There we go.
Okay, yeah, we can stop right there. Don't need to hear any more then, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it was by this channel called General Strategist. You should all go check it out. No, it was a video. It was like a mother and a son, and when I say son, I mean like this guy's probably in his like fucking 30s or something. And she was like cooking spaghetti, but it was like one of those videos of someone cooking spaghetti in the weirdest possible way. And
right.
It was. Not just weird, but clearly just the most wrong way you could possibly cook spaghetti.
Yeah.
It was like, basically she gets the stiff, like, spaghetti strand sticks, whatever you want to call them. She then gets mince, and like skewers the mince on the spaghetti things, like as though they're kebabs. Then you'd think, okay, are you going to like put it in water or something? And no, she doesn't. She puts it in a tray and puts it in the oven. And it's like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck did you just do? That is not how you cook spaghetti.
Skewered mince spaghetti. There you go.
Indeed.
The latest craze. Okay.
Yeah, it was bizarre. So, yeah, hit that button. There you go. As long as Mom's not cooking it in that way, it's fine. Right, so yeah, we are in the majority. So I think.
Okay, so we're in the majority. Right, nice one.
One more then.
Okay. We can see spirits, spiritios, spiratios. We can see them, but no one else can see them. And when you tell them, they think it's a lie.
Okay. Right. So.
Hey, you don't have to have people believe you. You can see the spirits. You can communicate with the dead. See how the dead's getting on.
I mean, to be honest, whenever I go down to my local supermarket and go in the alcohol
section, I knew that was coming.
Spirits all the time. Yes. Funny.
Yeah,
joke.
like you said, it doesn't specify which spirit. So
no,
all of a sudden, what's that? Oh, I can see gin. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. And everyone else
guess
thinks
what?
that
I
gin
can
is
see
a lie.
gin. No, you can't.
Indeed. Yeah. You know, are they scary spirits? Are they just pretty normal, bog standard, boring spirits? Are they alcoholic spirits? Are they spirits with great messages of impending doom? Who knows? We have no idea. It doesn't say, Phil. It does not say.
But every time everyone thinks it's a lie. Yes.
Indeed. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to become, you know, an actual real life spirit medium, Phil, or
like the film? What is that film? What's that film with Ricky Gervais in it? Where he can, you know, he dies, and he basically dies, and he doesn't actually die. They bring him back to life, but he can actually see ghosts and everything. I think it's Ghost Town, isn't it?
God, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Ricky Gervais's career and his things that he's done, other than obviously things like Extras and The Office, but that's it. Yes.
Should we click here?
Yeah, go on, let's click, just for the hell of it. For the shits.
We're in the majority there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are. Well, it was pretty good then, Phil, I think. Another round of Will You Press the Button?
Yes.
Yeah. As usual, we pretty much said will not on the majority of those.
Yeah, there was a lot of will nots in that one.
Indeed, yeah. Well,
we don't like our knots.
We don't like our knots at all. Indeed.
Especially the granny knot. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Granny knot.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap up here then, folks. So, Facebook, Twitter links down below. Along the link to my propagandist channel for anyone who is interested.
Oh, don't watch that shit. It's boring and shit and fucking shit. You don't need to watch it. It's all just fucking stupid. Arse Ruby and anime and anime.
You know, I was about to ask
you. Absolutely wank.
Wow.
Anyway, if you do want to see it, click the links below.
Wow. I was about to say, Phil, you know, to sort of bookend this video just nicely, just as we had a nice Phil rage moment at the very beginning, can we have another nice rage moment at the very end from Phil? And you just came through without me even having to ask. Absolutely perfect. Yes. Well, I've been going for about 22 minutes, so we can keep going behind Greta Garbo. Greta, you're looking more metal and armoured than I remember seeing you in pictures. Alright, we just get up there, I think, reaching the line. Oh god. Then right, ooh! Watch out for those 3 potato masher grenades. Right, hold on. Get down. Oi! Here! Push forward, just get into this trench. These bombs, bomb down. As quick as we can. Oh god! Shoot me in the back, please. It's not very nice. Come on, Sergeant Boone. Oh god. Go, 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 go. Who else is round here? Who? That's who's round here. Oh. Shit. High time to reload.